she loves her daddy.
Apparently we're not doing anything today except petting the dog.
Oh, okay. What are we doing?
Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to install a second pump on our irrigation system. We had the original pump, showed you guys, we built a box for it, and it's handled the drip irrigation just fine, but it is not strong enough to run a sprinkler. And so we got a sprinkler that will cover quite a large area, and we're going to need a pump to run it. But we also need a pump to be able to pump water out faster for other reasons. I mean, if we have a fire or anything like that, we need that pressure and flow to be able to manage it, or at least help manage it. So the pump we got, I haven't even opened this thing yet, but it's a Red Lion, and it's supposed to do something like 11 gallons per minute, it looks like. Whereas the max that our other pump can do is 3.5, I think, gallons per minute.
Yeah, it's
So,
designed for drip irrigation,
yeah,
light usage, nothing big deal.
It might be good for something like an RV where you're turning on a low pressure faucet or something like that,
Right.
but not for like high flow sprinklers or anything like that. So the challenge is this pump needs to sit where this pump is, and has to be oriented, like it's shown in the picture, horizontally on the ground. The other pump can be mounted vertically. So what I'm going to do over here in the box is I'm going to remove this pump, and I'm going to put it on the back here. We'll drill a couple more holes. Maybe I have to figure out how I'm going to do all this, and mount this pump on the back, and then mount the new pump where this one is, probably a little farther forward, but we'll have to see how it fits. And it looks like we've got ants in here.
Oh, yep, sure does.
So interesting.
You guys can see little tiny ants.
Little sugar ants.
Yeah. Well, they are opportunists.
Yep.
So we'll have to spray in there, and
yep.
That home defense spray that we use for inside the house, you can use it outside too, and it actually works really, really well.
Yeah, and it lasts for quite a while.
It does.
Especially in an enclosed box like this. So I shut off the water to the tank, so now I can disconnect this pump. We're gonna have some water sprayage just because of pressure in the lines, but otherwise, let's get started.
Well, you could relieve some of the pressure by opening a valve there.
Well,
even one on the hose.
I suppose we should unplug the pump. So that it does not. Got me. So I came in here to shut off the water, and I noticed a spider web, and holy cow, the spider has created a sphere within his web. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up on the video. I can see it really well, but yeah, the inside of the sphere is empty. There's no web inside there. Super cool. So,
in addition to that, what else did we get? We got most of the stuff for the garden irrigation.
Yeah.
So we're going to be starting to put that together.
Yeah.
We're missing one key component, but it won't stop us from putting the rest of it together or planting the plants.
We're missing the very last thing in line, so we can hook up everything else and get it working. And then when that comes, we'll just add it on to the very end.
Yep. you set it up, it won't roll. Just so you know. You set it on its end. Man, it's hard being the smart one.
Yeah, I know.
Do you though? Because I'm not so sure today. Did you take your brain pills?
I did.
Oh, good job. Sorry.
For now,
Oh, look at that.
What?
The ants.
Oh.
Oh, yes. They've got, oh, those are babies. Look, that's ant larvae. Look at them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go get the spray.
Yeah.
And I shall be back momentarily.
Okay.
All right.
See if we can get a close up. Yeah, those are all, well, eggs or larvae. Looks like eggs, maybe. They're trying to haul them out of there as fast as they can. They're not going to make it. Let's see. Yeah, they got a colony under here. Oh, well, they can keep that colony. I don't care. But they can't stay in the box. Oh, yeah, that was nice, Travis. So now all the eggs are over here.
All right, we got the other pump out and sprayed the ants. And now we're going to open the box.
I haven't opened this yet, so surprises may be in store. Okay, that's good.
Okay. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Ah, it's so shiny and new.
Yeah.
And this is called what is it called?
This is a jet pump. The other pump we have is a diaphragm pump. Jet pumps have different mechanism for actually forcing the water, but they need to be primed to be used. A diaphragm pump can actually suck water from a certain level because it's actually, I think, compressing the air before the water, so it actually pulls it pretty well. But a jet pump needs the water in it to start working. Luckily, the gravity pressure from the water that's currently in the tank pushes it through our hose, so there will be water at the jet pump at all times, just from the weight of the water in the tank. And so it'll always be primed, which is nice. But it doesn't have a pressure switch on it, so it'll basically run until we, once we turn it on, it'll run until we turn it off. Whereas the other one, we can actually turn off the end of the hose and the pressure builds up to 45 psi or something like that and then shuts off the pump.
Right.
Advantages and disadvantages.
We could probably put a pressure something on this that would turn it off. If we wanted to, in the line somewhere, we could do that.
Yeah.
That's that because this is what they do for like irrigation sprinklers and stuff. Like if you're running full on lawn irrigation, there's usually a foot valve and it goes to the, if you've got an irrigation canal, it goes in there and then etc. And so that's the box that's usually in the lawn. That's the control switch turning that on and off essentially. So
yeah,
we're not going to do a full lawn box, but we could put a control in there.
So
What if you turned it the other way, long
well,
ways?
yeah. So the output, this is the output,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the input. So might actually drill a new hole up here.
Yeah,
And
will
come
the
in.
water flow up there though?
Well, yeah, that water's going to push. I mean, we could demonstrate it, but the water will push through this hose really no matter, as long as it's at least below halfway of the tank, it should have plenty of water pressure to push it up. Once it's in the jet pump and the jet pump turns on and starts spinning, it will pull the water at the rate it's pushing it out. So it just needs the water in there to be primed.
And then how are we gonna make sure that we also have water going to the other little drip pump? Do we
Well,
have to, are you gonna create a split on that hose
that's what I was
or?
thinking. So I was thinking I would put a Y on the end of this hose and have one short hose running to this and the other short hose running to the other pump. So if we came in up here somewhere, like right there or something like that, it should be doable. The only thing I'm thinking is we might need to run to the hardware store because we need
You're gonna need
a fitting.
yeah.
So we've got one fitting with the pump.
Did it come with the pump?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in here.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And that's probably supposed to go here, right? For the output.
So that would screw into there, presumably. Yeah. And then your hose fits on the end of that.
Okay. So we need another one of those.
Another one of those.
Okay.
But depending on where I come in, I might want an elbow. So I'm trying to think of how best to route this, right? So if I'm coming in to here,
just prime it. Just do it.
then I don't want, like, I'm going to need a female one of these, right? Because this could go there instead. But
I don't know why you don't just get another one of those.
I'm not sure. I'll figure it out.
Well, we'll have to figure it out today because the hardware store isn't open tomorrow. So we'll have to go today if we're going to go today.
Yeah.
We actually have a really decent Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
They have everything. If you've never been in an Ace Hardware, I highly recommend it. They have everything. It's amazing how the stuff that they have. You just wander up and down the aisles like, oh my gosh, they have this, they have this. It's pretty fun.
Well, we definitely at the very least need another one of these. It would be nice if it was a female, but I can fix that. I would just create a small end of hose that had a female end on one end and a female end on the other to attach to this. So depending on what they have, I can make it work. But I can't make it work without another one of these.
Okay.
So looks like I'm running to town.
Okay.
We should figure out everything else we need before I go though, so we don't have to make multiple trips.
Good idea. All right, so interspersed with us working on the irrigation for the garden, we thought we'd show you. It's supposed to be raining today. It's been sprinkling on and off so far this morning, but not too much that we don't feel like we can work out here. Another part of our project, so I don't know if you watched in our earlier videos, but I'll show you in this section right here. So see this section here where it's just white, decomposed granite? Well, this used to be this whole area, used to be all that just white, sandy, decomposed granite. And it's hot, and it's very hard on the eyes when you're looking out. It's also um, allows you to track a lot of dirt into the house, et cetera, and it's ugly. So we've been trying very hard to plant grass. We actually last year we brought in a whole bunch of dirt, which I think we showed in one of our earlier videos, and then we sprinkled grass seed and clover, plus whatever else was also in the dirt that we pulled, because the dirt we used was from our driveway, so who knows what was in it. But we've got all this wonderful little grass coming up, and hopefully little clovers. This little guy looks like a little clover right there. And so now we have what looks to be much greener landscape here. So we've got some really tall grasses here, and normally we would be cutting down or mowing this down, but Travis really wants all of this grass to go to seed and keep propagating grass. So that's why we've got all of this really tall jungle looking grass going right now. But the part that isn't fun is all of this skeleton weed. And I have been trying to get rid of it and trying to get rid of it. And every year we just get tons of it coming up in the yard. There's also this, I think this is milkweed or something similar. And it does these really beautiful yellow flowers. So, you know, they almost don't look like a weed, but they are horrible. And they seed, this little pod seeds like a dandelion. So this pretty little flower will turn into a big white puff, and it will seed like a dandelion. They hold up extremely well to Roundup. And so trying to deal with it chemically, it has been problematic. Um, so yes, Nito is needing some attention. Um, and so at this point, with them being so large, and even if I sprayed that with Roundup, the seed would the flower would still go to seed. It forces it just like a dandelion does. So what I've been doing is going around and digging up, and I've got a wheelbarrow mostly full there, and so I try to go through and dig out and dig down so that I can get a hold of the root and pull it out by the root. It doesn't stop it, but it cleans it up temporarily and allows me to um, not go quite so crazy about the skeleton weed. All right, so traffic, haha. All right, so Travis made it back from the hardware store. And while he was gone, I got myself a nice full wheelbarrow full of weeds, and we've had some lunch. So now we're gonna keep moving on. What you doing?
I had to run to the shop. So I'm going to take this frame off, and I need to undo these bolts, but I can't fit a crescent wrench in there to hold that bolt. So
Oh,
I need to find the actual size. It looks like it's a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to take it out to the shop and pull that off and then come back.
okay. So yeah, so weeds. I did as many weeds today as I can, and we're gonna keep moving on with the irrigation project. And let's go out here and see what we got. And you can see the skies are looking kind of dark. Let's see. Oh, our cherry tree has blossoms. Very cool. see. Earlier, our plum tree has blossoms. Very exciting. And these are supposed to be self-pollinating. So that's why I got these. Let's see. Don't see any blossoms on this tree or this tree or this tree. It's just looking dry. I'm gonna have to see. It's supposed to, the water should be running, but I'm not seeing, it doesn't look wet. Nothing looks wet. I'm gonna have to look at that. That looks dry. Okay, I'll have to check. Earlier this spring, there was actually a few little teeny blossoms here. I don't see any others on the tree. We had some blooms on our blueberries, but now they're looking kind of sketchy, like they're wet, damp soil. So I think they're hopefully getting watered. They should be getting watered. Oh, here's some little blossoms for the blueberries. All right. Check this guy. Okay, this blueberry is looking a little bit better. And you can see that there's some blossoms there. Oh, looks like this might even fruit right there. All right. This unfortunate fellow, I don't think made it. And this one has got a little here, but this is looking fairly dry. Okay. Okay. All right, well, let's go check on our raspberries then. Well, those look like they're doing well. Other than needing to pull a few weeds, they look like they're doing pretty good. Okay, cool. Our planter beds, pretty good. The soil is not really compacted, so it should be pretty easy to set up in rows for planting. Good deal. All right, we are ready. All right, you got that little foot thing off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll screw it down. That might take a tool I don't have out here, of course. But the output, well, shoot, this output doesn't go to that. So I can still leave that there because that output goes to this pump.
Yep.
Which will be back here.
Yep.
So that might still work.
You need to move the hole.
Well, I'm thinking, yeah, probably. But I was going to see if I could reuse the hole, but I don't think I can. Because this pump sits up so much higher, I don't know if I can. It's going to put a kink in it. And I don't really want to put a kink in it. I'm just pretending with this hose since it's not actually going to go here. It might be okay. We'll try it. But
Okay.
I'm definitely going to need a different hole for the input. So,
Right.
so I don't want the pump to be up against the side. I don't want it touching the side because I think it'll vibrate more if I do that.
Okay.
But I can get it pretty close.
We'll have a little frog friend. Saw him hopping across the gravel.
I think you peed on me.
I think he peed on you too. That's what they do. All right, little buddy. Release back to the wild.
I'm gonna put him under the tree.
I would put him. Well, he was hopping that way. Poor little buddy. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Fancy.
I know.
Are you gonna screw it down too?
Yeah, I was thinking I'd put a screw here and over here, but
Yeah. Nice.
this piece is going to be like literally just enough room to put two.
Too bad you can't just screw it direct. Like, could you just pull this like this? And no, I guess not. It's not really.
Why
The
didn't
angle.
you say that 10 minutes ago?
The angle is not.
I could have put the hole over here, and then it could have come in and been
Well,
perfect.
I thought you thought of that, and you didn't want to. You didn't want to.
No, I never thought of that at all.
Oh.
It never even dawned on me.
Oh. Well, it didn't dawn on me either until you drilled that hole and put that in there, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he could probably just screw that directly on there,
I
and
could.
then I didn't. Yeah.
I like that idea because then that changes the angle of this one.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's at that angle,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be coming straight over to that one. And it'll be a straight shot.
Well, move the hole. We'll plug it with something.
Yeah.
We'll just put a block on it, and
yeah, I'll block it from the inside. Yeah, that's a good idea. Go like this.
Mm-hmm.
That kinks it.
Oh, okay.
So you need another hole like right there.
We are putting in a pump.
Hi, Jared.
Hi.
We're making a mess.
Yes.
We're cutting holes and then changing our mind and then cutting more holes and trying to figure it out. Did you get your cat tree built?
No.
Oh.
Almost.
Not finished.
Okay, so crawl under, and there's a big valve at the bottom. Yep. Turn it whichever way it turns easiest. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Go ahead and turn it off.
Oh wait, you don't need to.
No?
No,
It on?
Yep.
Yeah. because I've got a shut-off valve over here now.
Is it leaking where we thought it was going to leak?
Yep.
Yep. Do you think all thread would help with that?
No, there's something going on here.
Not all thread. It's not all thread.
Pipe thread.
Pipe thread. I know what all thread is, and I said the wrong thing.